Genk circuit in Belgium hosts round one of the Rotax Max Euro Challenge 2012, and on pole for the junior final is number 35 Harry Webb for Strawberry Racing. Starting second in kart 50 is Belgium's Lennart van Bogert for EGP team. These two at the front having finished first and second in the pre-final. Starting the race from third on the grid is number 34 Pepin Steeman from the Netherlands representing DFK Racing. Alongside him and completing the second row of the grid is Britain's Ryan Anderton, driving kart number 69 for Coles Racing. He'll start fourth. Jano Esmaier starts fifth in kart 9 for Team TKP. The Dutch driver led the pre-final at one point, so could be one to watch as the race progresses. Starting alongside Esmaier and completing the top 6 qualifiers, we have kart number 61, driven by Britain's Josh White for RL Racing Department Limited. Now, just before the karts came to the grid, we had a chance to grab a quick word with today's pole sitter.
You feeling confident?
Yeah, I think very confident for the finals. We were fast on new tyres, so hopefully we can just get the gap at the start.
Have you enjoyed the racing here in Genk this weekend?
It's been tough, yeah.
Okay, well, good luck and we'll see you at the end.
Cheers.
In the pre-final, we saw a pile-up in the first corner, a number of battles that resulted in karts making contact, and we had several changes of lead. Will the main event be as dramatic? We're about to find out as the race gets underway, and it's an excellent start by the pole sitter Harry Webb. He leads from Pepin Steeman, and then side by side for third were Jano Esmaier and Lennart van Bogert, who made a poor getaway from the front row. Two karts touch wheels, one of them goes onto the grass, and that's number 27 Dennis Ties from the Netherlands. And looking at the replay, it was contact with number 69 Ryan Anderton that sent him off the road as he tried a risky move around the outside of the British driver. Back to the race, and Webb leads from Steeman. That was Van Bogart losing another place. So having started second, the Belgian driver in kart 50 is now down to 6th place, and on his tail now is 19 Tobias Holm for Star Karting Racing. The Dane goes for a gap and gets the place, and number 49 Max Aitken is trying to follow him through. Van Bogart is all over the curb as he tries to hold on, but it's to no avail, and he loses another 2 positions. Poleman Harry Webb continues to lead, but there's been a change behind, because up to second now is number 9 Jano Esmaier from 5th on the grid. And there's the 50 kart of Van Bogart still under attack, and he's dropped all the way back to 9th place, and there's quite a queue of karts forming up behind him as well. And in amongst that pack, number 76, David Wooder for Dan Holland Racing, and he launches an attack on fellow Brit Jack Bartholomew in the number 25 Coles Racing machine. There's your leader, number 35, Harry Webb. Holding on to him is Jano Esmaier in the number 9 kart, and about half a second behind them is number 34, Pepin Steeman. Right behind him in 4th place is number 61, Josh White, and then 5th and 6th we've got number 69, Ryan Anderton, and number 77, Fazio Fransen. Fransen was running 3rd in the pre-final until he crashed out in the closing stages, so he's had to come from further down the order, but he's carving his way through the field. That was a good move on Anderton to pick up 5th place. His next target is another British driver, number 61, Josh White, and just in front is Pepin Steeman in 3rd, and that gives White the hurry-up call. He passes Steeman, Fransen gets by him as well, and Pepin Steeman is quickly dumped back down to 5th place. So White is up to 3rd, Fransen 4th, Steeman 5th, and Anderton is at the back of this group in 6th place. Well, the two leaders are pretty close together, but right now it's all about this battle for 3rd place, and that's about to change hands as Fazio Fransen dives up the inside of Josh White and continues his pretty rapid charge up the order. Now, has the Dutchman got enough time and speed to catch the leaders? There's Pepin Steeman. He made a good start and was running as high as 2nd on the opening lap, but he's since slipped back to 5th place. Ryan Anderton is 6th, Max Aitken 7th, and a real scrap going on for 9th. David Wooder pushed sideways and spins. He almost saved it, but not quite, and now he's entangled with the 36 kart of Enrique Baptista, who I think triggered all of that when he tried to dive inside Lennart van Bogert. Van Bogert then squeezed Baptista, who T-boned David Wooder, and I think the British driver can count himself a little unfortunate there. Both of them have to sit and watch as half the field streams past, and any aspirations of a top 10 finish are now long gone. Back up front, and it's taken a few laps, but Jano Esmaier has almost caught up the race leader, Harry Webb, as they go on to the start of a fresh lap. And there's the very real prospect of a grandstand finish here. Having climbed up the order to 3rd place, number 77 Fazio Fransen hasn't been able to close the gap to the lead duo, and he's still got Josh White and number 34 Pepin Steeman breathing down his neck. So third, fourth and fifth remain locked together. Then we've got Ryan Anderson and Max Aitken fighting over sixth place, and that was a cheeky but very successful pass. Here's another good battle. 5 carts all line astern. In the middle of the group is the green and white 26 cart of Jessica Batman, teammate to the race leader Harry Webb, and she draws alongside number 17 Ralph Aron, but can't quite make it through. A good effort though by the Swede in the Strawberry Racing Run cart. Batman is still right on the tail of Aron though. She closes up to the Estonian on the brakes, possibly gives him a little tap, and now she's definitely making contact with him. They run wheel to wheel. Aron still refuses to yield. She gives him another side swipe for good measure, then barges him out of the way, goes through, and behind there's a crash for 28, Shanaka Clay. Here's a replay, wheel banging between Batman and Aron in the foreground, but look at Clay in the blue race suit. The Sri Lankan gets hit from behind, spins, a couple of others almost go off in avoidance, and Clay is left pointing in the wrong direction. With no such dramas, the top 2 are in a race of their own. This is the final lap, and Harry Webb has led this race from the off, but he's coming under increasing pressure from Jano Esmayer in the Team TKP cart. But the British driver is almost home now. He accelerates towards the finish line, and Harry Webb wins the opening round of the Rotax Max Euro Challenge. Jano Esmayer from the Netherlands is second, and his countryman Fazio Fransen comes home in third, while Britain's Josh White and Max Aitken finish fourth and fifth respectively. Behind them, Pepin Steeman, Ryan Anderson, Tobias Holm, Connor Hall and Jan Jonk complete the top 10. So Harry Webb completes the double here in Genk. Having won the pre-final, he now stands on the top step of the podium after winning round 1 of the Rotax Euro Challenge after a close, competitive race. He will now head to Wackersdorf in Germany as the early championship leader.
At the start, we got away a little bit, had the gap, but kept consistent and kept the gap and just pulled through. It was hard to keep the pace, obviously, because people were catching up as the heats went on, so he just kept it down.
That's it for this visit to the Rotax Euro Challenge, but we'll have much more from this leading international kart series over the coming weeks.